I moved to Ohio in 2008 to take over a humane society, the Union County Humane Society in Marysville. Ohio at that time was the last state in the Union to have breed-specific legislation or breed discriminatory legislation statewide across the board, where all pit bulls were labeled as vicious. And that was interesting for me because the humane society that I worked with wouldn't adopt out pit bulls. They wouldn't work with them, and it was on me to find rescues for them or have them put down. And Ohio finally made the right step forward. They became no longer the last state in the union to discriminate statewide against pit bulls. However, Ohio is a home rule state, and that means that local municipalities can enact their own legislation regardless of what the state says. And so we started to realize that there's a lot of places where they still discriminate at the local level, and that's a concept that has been disputed and debunked by a lot of groups. Every organization from the White House to the American Veterinary Medical Association, all of the major organizations say that this is not the right way to create a safer community. So we have these statistics that we look at that politicians make public policy choices. They make decisions that have fiscal impacts and have legal impacts, as well as life and death impacts. They make these policies based on statistics that are accumulated strictly through visual identification, and the only study for that has proven it to be incredibly faulty. So what we have with breed discriminatory legislation is basically an unenforceable law.
The path to safer communities in Ohio, or anywhere, is never through discrimination. 19 other states have already passed legislation making BSL illegal. And now it's time for Ohioans Against Breed Discrimination to make BSL totally illegal across the board. And we need your help to get there.
As an employee of the Humane Society, I see many different breeds coming in every day. We don't see one particular breed coming into the shelter who is aggressive. On occasion, we'll see dogs of many different breeds that come in with behavioral issues, but there are no generalizations when it comes to that.
We don't have to look very far back in history to see the dangers of discrimination and the wrong of making blanket, generalized assumptions and legislation about an entire group.
People should never allow discrimination to be supported by law, and it's up to all of us to make sure it isn't. It's a myth that BSL creates safer communities. There are no dangerous breeds. There are only individual dogs that are dangerous.
We have to have a little bit of perspective. Every year, dogs kill between 20 and 40 people a year. And that sounds like a lot. But every year, hot dogs kill 70 children. So if hot dogs kill 70 children, just children, and real dogs kill between 20 to 40 children, adults, and seniors, that kind of puts things into perspective. So there's a lot of different things out there that cause much higher fatalities, and focusing on just removing one type of dog isn't gonna get us to decrease dog bites. We already know that's true.
Through this PAC, we're speaking on behalf of numerous animals across the entire state of Ohio and their owners in an effort to make BSL a thing of the past.
That's what this PAC stands for, and that's why everyone should take a stand against discrimination of any sort.
We're taking a very buttoned-up, business-like approach to getting this bill passed, with the sole intent of creating safer communities within the state of Ohio. This isn't an issue of choosing animals over people. This is an issue of creating safer communities for all within the state of Ohio, without the use of discrimination.
And what's been amazing was last year we rescued 216 dogs. 80% of them fell into your broad bully breed pit bull category. Of every single one of those, we were able to rehabilitate and adopt out all but 2 of them who had severe medical issues. And every single home we go into where the dog is reactive, or the dog is the capability or the potential to bite, it's missing 3 key factors. It's missing a lack of physical stimulation, missing a lack of mental stimulation through training and tricks, and it's missing a lack of experiences out in the world. Dogs live in a very simple kind of world, and you can shape everything in dog language in terms of if-then. So if I see a cat, then I have to do this. If I see a kid, then I have to do this. That's how dogs think. And we can shape those if-then experiences, and we can help them and guide them and show them how they need to see the world. But if we don't do that, we take them from the shelter or wherever, we put them into our home, we love them, we cuddle them, we do all these wonderful things for them, but we don't give them the physical stimulation, the mental stimulation, and the positive outside experiences, we're gonna have a dog that doesn't know how to act, and it's gonna become another statistic.